Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. You are welcome to today's conversation at the feet of wisdom. It's been a while. It's been a minute since we did this. And so, yeah, welcome everybody back. And let's see who is here. Who is here? Who is here? Who is here? Okay, I see some of our queens joining. Well, you are all welcome to today's conversation. And Conversations at the Feet of Wisdom is our, monthly conversation series where we talk with women who've been there, done that, women who've gone ahead of us. One of the mantras of our community that we love, is the fact that as a young woman, you don't have to go through every experience to learn the lesson. If somebody has already been through it, there is wisdom in learning from other people's experiences. And so that's what we want to do in this conversation. In Conversations at the Feet of Wisdom, we ask the pertinent questions based on our journey and the path that we're walking on to get answers to glean and draw from the wisdom of women who have gone ahead of us. So that's what we're excited to do today. And today we have a wonderful guest in the house. We are excited to have her here. And I'm just going to go right ahead and introduce her, and then we will start our session today. It's going to be a very, very interesting conversation. So please stay put, stay tuned, and don't go nowhere. Okay. So, she's a very big deal. So it's going to be like quite the read. So stay tuned. Okay. So her name, this wonderful lady who's here with us today, her name is Emmaline Datey. And she's a public speaker, brand influencer. She's an HR strategist, leadership and personal development coach. She's German African. She's a German African startup consultant as well as events consultant. I've seen her events; like they're super great. And as an HR strategist with up to 12 years of human resource general practice, she has had experience with several industries, including aviation, oil and gas, academia, media, wellness, fashion, medical laboratory, supply chain, and manufacturing. Emmeline charted as a professional in HR in 2014 with the Human Resource Education Institutes in the US and possesses a first class degree from the Valley View University in Human Resource and Management and an advanced international human resource management diploma in 2023. She also bagged a certificate from John Maxwell team as a certified speaker, trainer, and coach in August 2021. And she has been honored as one of Ghana's 100 most influential women in 2017, one of the top speakers in Ghana 2018, one of the 2020 50 most influential young Ghanaians, 2022 Ghana 25 Under 25 Mentor Awards in HR and Business Consultant, a Visionary African Woman Award recipient in 2023, and a 2023 Women of Color Creating Wealth International Awardee. Okay, so there's a lot more to the profile. So before I go down, I want to see who's here. Type your name in the comments where you are watching from, where you're joining us from. So type your name in the comments where you're watching us from, and let's see who is here. Okay. So she contributed immensely to one of Ghana's leading media brands, the EIB Network. If you're in Ghana, you know the EIB Network. Ghana Limited from its initial commencement of business in September 2014 as HR executive, admin manager, and successfully climbed to the position of group HR and admin manager, focusing her energy on being an effective HR business partner to its strategic departments and developing some of the best media talents in the country in liaison with managers. After 6 years of selfless service to the EIB network, she decided to leave corporate world in December 2020 to fully give herself to helping businesses in Africa and their leaders and teams build resilience and succeed in a seemingly unpredictable business environment. So you see why we love to have this conversation with her, because she really knows the landscape. Like, she's been doing this for years, okay? Hence, she followed the path of full time entrepreneurship as a freelance consultant and a startup leader. She is the founder and CEO of ICS Africa Limited, Impact Concepts and Solutions Africa, a budding Pan African company that provides management consulting, personal and professional development, marketing and communications, as well as corporate events, engineering, and management services. Under her watch, her company, through her talented team, has been instrumental in co-creating with clients partner impactful events to include the Ghana Bloggers Summit, the ZPay YouTube Creators Festival and Awards Ghana, Dare to Inspire Women Summit, and the Ghana Technology and Innovation Week. Emmaline is also the founder and lead blogger of a digital platform called the Fearless and Fabulous Network, where she inspires women in leadership, faith, love, and career, personal growth, as well as promotes exceptional women globally. She's also the director for membership and business development at the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs. The interesting covering the official network of young Ghanaian business owners with interests covering every sector of the private enterprise. As an advocacy group, GCYE was formed with the primary objective to unite, engage, and promote initiatives and innovations of young entrepreneurs to facilitate support in their pursuit of economic prosperity. She also participated in contributing to the development of the Ghana Startup Bill, which is hoped to be passed as an act in the earliest future. Now, I'm just going to read the last paragraph, and this is not even like half of her profile, so you should like totally understand the person we're talking about. Like, she has a lot of insight to offer, so please, okay? All right, so I have here Eva from Ghana, Priscilla from Ghana, Sally from Ghana, Franca. Hi, it's good to see you guys online. And so I'm just gonna her social media handles are Emmaline Datey across Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, FNF Network, and Instagram. As a vibrant speaker, she focuses on leadership, personal branding, personal growth and success strategies, career development, life skills, and HR strategy. She has been a keynote speaker on various platforms, locally and globally. Ladies, please help me welcome Miss Emmaline Datey. She is right here with us.
Hi.
Hold on a second. Let me just add you to the stage. Oh my God. Yeah, there we go.
Hey.
Hi, Emma. It's so
Thank
good to have you
you.
here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, Zoe. Thank you for the warm introduction. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
yes. It would have been much longer than that, except we actually want to get into the conversation. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yes. Ladies, please let us know your excitement in the comments if you're ready to learn something. Well, I'm excited today. And just to kickstart the conversation, so Conversations at the Feet of Wisdom is basically our conversations with, women mentors. And we love to ask questions. I love to ask questions because I'm like, if somebody has done it, I don't see why I should, do it again, go through the process. So, like, I mean, of course, I will go through my own process of learning and everything. But if somebody
Yes.
has the experience and they have the lessons to share, I am so happy to learn from them. So, please tell us about Emmaline Datey. Like, apart from the stuff that we've already seen, apart from the stuff that we've already read. Who is Emmaline? Where did she come from? What has her journey been like?
Right. So I'm sure I would go into a more personal,
Yes,
you know,
we would love that. We would love that.
journey. Emmeline's personal journey. So Emmeline is an outgoing, positive-minded, God-loving woman. She is very warm, loves people, very chatty, witty, and very expressive. I'm a very passionate woman. everything Emmeline does stems out of passion. I don't like it. If I don't want it, I would not be involved in it.
We love that. We love that.
Yes, so I'm the firstborn and only female adult child of um my parents who have passed away. I
Okay.
have two brothers, Ghanaian. I'm basically Ghanaian, but I grew up in Nigeria. My brothers,
Okay.
my brothers were born in Nigeria. I grew up in Nigeria, so they were born and they also grew up in Nigeria.
Right. That
To
explains a lot.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
My daddy was a medical doctor. My mother was a midwife, and then she turned into a businesswoman after she had kids and had to, manage the home, manage the kids to a certain level. And so most of my growing upbringing was in Lagos.
Right.
My all my early educational stages up to a certain level in the university was in Lagos. I had a very interesting childhood. It was fun. I loved it. I had a normal like childhood. I had parents who were very caring, instructive, directive. Um, I mean, as imperfect as every parent was, I believe that I know that they're the best parents I could ever have had to have made me who I am today. Many of the values I believe in stem from the both of them. You know, having an
Yeah.
impact on life. When my daddy was alive, I was his favorite child.
Oh, we love a daddy's girl. We
Yes,
absolutely
he
love a
named
daddy's
me.
girl.
I know, right? He named me after his mom, and he was my cheerleader. He's the
Wow.
reason why I'm so confident. The reason why I'm driven. He made me believe I could do it. He never, for once, made me feel I was. I could. He always told me,
Wow.
"Emmeline, you will be an entrepreneur." I didn't believe her like me, entrepreneur. Kai, for what? Especially, I can't hustle. I can't chase for business today. Look at me. I left the corporate world and then I'm pursuing my dreams. One of the reasons, what drives me more in life is to see people happy and
Mm,
fulfilled. I
right.
love to see people maximize their highest potential and
Mm,
end up also being a blessing to others. I mean, that
right.
that drives me. So many a times people find me do some stuff that I shouldn't do because it's not
Yeah.
paid for. But there are times when I have the time and the resources and the energy,
Mm-hmm.
you will find me doing it. These
Right.
days, I'm not so old. I turned 40 last year. I'll be 41 in about
Ah,
3 or 4 months coming June. And I noticed that I am losing a lot of energy because I am doing
right.
everything.
Right.
And the only thing I want to teach any young girl now is to take it easy. With all the
Mm,
passion and energy you have, come be coming down, as they say.
mm.
you know, rather engage in physical activities
Mm,
and mind exercises,
right.
relax, positive thinking, exposing yourself to positive environments, get rid of
Mm,
toxicity wherever you find it. And so, Emmeline, that's the journey I've been finding myself. Um, I have been involved in youth mentorship for a very long time. Right after I finished high school, I got involved in a youth organization where I was, instrumental in impacting several young Nigerians in those days
right.
when um, you didn't have the opportunity to express yourself, even in the Christian setting. We had the opportunity to change lives beyond. I mean, beyond who you are in Christ. We also let you know who your talent is. We let you know what God has called you to be. If whether you were a drug addict before, or
Mm,
you got pregnant when you were young, or you were confused as a young lady. Your parents don't believe in you as a young man. We
mm,
created that safe haven, and
right.
I've been doing that till date. You know, so
Amazing.
um, I practiced human resource management right after school in Valley View University, and then in 2020 during the COVID time, for family reasons, I had to resign
Right.
so I can take care of my family. Yeah.
Right. That's amazing. That's a very, very amazing journey you've been on. And one thing that you said that I loved, and whenever we do have men watching, I will say that there is nothing like having a father who actually encourages you. There's nothing like
Totally.
having a father who makes room for you and makes you believe that you can. I feel like it's very, very important to the development of most young women,
Yes.
and I really love that you had that. I had that, and I see the difference it has made in my life. Like, I don't like to compare myself with people, but when you look around, you see that it makes a difference, and
It does.
it makes you cherish having a parent like that. So I
Yes.
mean, I'm just this is me throwing it out there. I'm encouraging all men
I
watching.
want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that got to my spirit
Yeah.
to just
Mm-hmm.
say this. So, as a young lady, I see a lot of ladies who um, do not understand that bringing a child as a single parent on your own, like you intentionally made a decision that I
Mm.
don't need a man, men are scam, men are scum, whatever.
Mm.
If you bring forth a girl, right, without the impact or the love of a father, that girl would
Yeah.
not grow
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
complete.
Yeah. That
She
is
would
true.
end up looking for a man figure to
Mm-hmm.
fill that gap.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as I appreciate it when some women say they're growing so old, I don't have a child, if I don't take time, I may not. I don't know how selfish we can be, but when you think about it, because of you, your
Mm-hmm.
aging,
Mm.
my question is, no problem. Bring that. What is your plan to make sure that girl child has a father figure in her life?
Mm.
If you have that figured out,
Great.
I leave you to your decision. But if you don't,
Mm.
you're gonna leave that girl stranded in life.
Oh my God.
And is that fair? Just because you want society to say you're a mother?
Oh my
And
God.
who tells you that bringing a child in this world is your decision? No.
Mm.
The day I was born was the day God needed me to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If God, and my mommy told me that she had a miscarriage before me.
Mm.
So can you imagine that, Zoe?
Yeah, it could have been you,
It
but
could
you're
have
here.
been me, but I'm here. At the time I got here,
Yeah.
right? So I am a firm believer that children don't come because you and I desire them to come.
Mm.
So there are people who have been married for donkey years. They are fertile, but the child comes at the time it wants to.
Yeah.
So every lady listening to me, as a future mother, whether you give birth from through your womb or
Mm.
you would adopt a child, remember that as a woman, every girl needs a father figure to
Yeah.
make her life
Yeah.
complete.
Yeah.
So do not think about being a single mom, having a child, whether you don't want a dad, I don't want to manage my life, I just want to have a
Mm.
baby. And no, please, that is not a selfless thought. That is
Yeah.
actually, and mothers are not selfish, we are
Mm.
selfless. I didn't
Mm.
like to joke that in my speech because it's becoming rampant these days in society.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much for throwing that in there. I really, really appreciate that perspective. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have the kind of father I had. It's true. Like, I always say that my father may not be like a billionaire or anything, but his greatest achievement was me. Like,
Good.
me and my siblings being able to
Mm-hmm.
raise healthy children,
Mm-hmm.
or creating a good family for us to grow up in and become the
Mm.
adults that we are today. I feel like it's a big achievement, regardless of whatever. Like, it's a very big achievement.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's very important. So, what has been the best part for you as growing up as a woman? So, because of Women's Month, I've been asking like a lot of questions and I've been getting some very interesting answers. So, what for you is like the best part for you, being a woman, growing up as a woman, what's the best part for you?
So I would say it was one of it was um having a father who at a point in his life, gave us the best experience ever. We had this habit where we had a ritual where we had a time where family went out.
Mm,
So my daddy would come in with my mom, would go out. Either we're traveling out of Lagos to a tourist site with friends, or just as the family, my daddy just gets up and let's go to a restaurant and all of that. I experienced in my lifetime. And then that was when I was very, very young. And also I got to know God at a very early age. I was 6.
Nice.
When I got to know God by my like nobody came, he just introduced himself to me. So um that for me was quite phenomenal because leading up from then till now, it's been God all the way. So when even life's challenges came to visit me, it didn't like weigh me off. Do
Mm.
you get my point? It didn't like
Yeah.
get me off track.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was always on track. And so
Mm.
there was a time I was even suicidal, but he was still with me. He's like, where do you think you're going, girlfriend? As much as life was so difficult and depressing for me at a point in
Yeah.
my life, he was always there. And the
Mm.
triumph of seeing me become a failure to becoming a success on my
That's
way to
wonderful.
being more of a success for me was so great. Like I then knowing that my calling is to impact other people's lives. That
Mm.
was that those aspects of my life formed, one of the the most beautiful journeys I've ever had in my life. So yes,
Great. Great.
exactly.
That is so beautiful. I love, you see, I kind of feel like I like to personalize, God for women. I feel like women, God, knowing God at an early age as a young woman gives you such a big advantage because life can be rough, and having him in your corner, having him in your life from that early age, it helps you to navigate the challenges of life in a very unique way. Like I always say that I've had breakups, but I've never like come under the pressure of a breakup. Like breakups happen and it hurts, but I never come under the pressure of it because he's right there, and sometimes just talking to him and navigating it, it makes it easier. So sometimes if you're not careful, what happens is that it looks like you've not been through anything, even though you've been through a lot.
You
But
don't look
because
like
you've
what
been
you've been
working
through.
with, yeah, because you've been working with God, you really do not look like what you've been through. Yeah,
Man,
and I feel like
speaking
that's
about
very nice.
heartbreak, Zoe, you are so. And I mean, those were the things that every young lady, obviously, it's a line by line to catch everybody. Last, we'll go, everybody go chop breakfast. So, heartbreak there to meet everybody.
Yeah.
But like you said, what will stop you from going under? It's the knowledge of who you are in Christ Jesus. As in, once you know that you're more than what your eye sees, you're more than what the mirror shows you, you're more than what
Mm-hmm.
is surrounding you.
Mm-hmm.
So at a point in my life when I was gonna give up, it was destiny that refused me to give up. Like
Mm.
when I tried it, something you were like, don't you dare. You know when a baby is trying to be aborted and the baby says, Mama, you are joking, the baby takes the tablet in the womb and like
Yeah.
the baby comes out with the medicine, like I made it out.
Mm-hmm.
That thing that God has called you to do, whether it's to be the greatest cook in the world, to be a
Mm.
Zoe who's a great singer, to be the greatest shoemaker,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, to be the greatest mom to wonderful children, or the
Yeah,
greatest spouse to a great man, that destiny would not let you give up. Trust
that's
me.
true.
Because if you go, what will happen to them?
Yeah.
I noticed, therefore, that my life is not for me.
Mm. I
It's
love
not
that.
mine. I need to be here because of a certain person for such a time as this. So,
Mm.
one thing every lady needs to understand is that having that deep connection with God is beyond just following religious tantrums that
Yeah.
we hear these days.
Yeah.
Know God for yourself. Trust
I
me,
love
your
that.
life, He will take you places you never imagined
Mm.
you would go. You will meet people you never imagined you would meet. When you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, how do I meet Zoe? How do I meet Zoe? Zoe is so great. He's planning, like, don't worry, I'm gonna set you up with
I
Zoe. And
know.
it
I
happens without you doing anything.
know.
So please, ladies, let's be God centered. It's very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a question for you. In your opinion, how important is it for a woman to have money of her own? So there's a quote, I've forgotten who said the quote, but it says that a woman's best security is a little money of her own.
Mm,
Now I'm taking the little out because I'm not sure I just want little money. So I'm taking the little out and I say that a woman's best security is some money of her own. What do you think about that statement?
my love, Zoe. Hmm. Money. Money answers all things.
Mm,
Listen, ladies, don't get it twisted.
Mm.
Money answers all things.
Do not get it twisted.
Don't try it. Whatever you do, whatever your hands find to
Mm.
do it well. That is where you are gonna start making your money from your passion, from your purpose, from your talents, from your skills. You see, the thing is this: before you, when you start your career, you're gonna go through a lot of experiences before you identify. Okay, I'm supposed to be a Zoe. I'm supposed to be an Emma. I'm supposed to be an Aram. I'm supposed to be a Sarah, a Hilda, a Laurentia. Right? You have to go through the motion. By the end of the day, you need to be able to, you know, live for profits,
Mm.
maximize your passion for profits.
Mm.
Why? Zoe, if somebody calls you from your family, Zoe, oh, I need to go to school. I don't have, your cousin calls you, I don't have money. Is it not a blessing when you have the money to pay the school fees
Yeah, absolutely.
and still have some change for you to still go and have some fun as well? You know, there is nothing like a woman having her own money. Where you see, because of women are classified as the one of the vulnerable in society.
Mm.
Now, I run one of the things I didn't say in my profile. I co-run a community called Real Moms Connect. So
Mm.
we manage a network of mothers across, different walks of life, single and married, or
Mm.
widowed or divorced. And one of the challenges we find and see is that a lot of women have become liabilities to themselves because they
Mm.
don't have. And
Mm.
when a man sees a woman as a liability, my sister, please, it is not attractive and appealing at all.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you will just become maybe somebody he or she knows, but they will not want to do anything with you. Now, any man who wants to have anything to do with you as a liability wants to take advantage of you.
Of you. Mm-hmm.
So please, let's stop that. My mother, one of the things she never encouraged me to do was to ask people for money. Even when she told me, even when I started dating, I was still young, I started dating, she would tell you, don't collect money from your boyfriend. No, it was something she had put inside me. So
Mm.
when I was in a relationship back then, there was no way I would ask you for money. But what I noticed I had done was to support maybe a project. Oh, you need this money, and I also I have a project then. So it was how will I say, symbiotic relationship.
Right.
And even if he didn't give me the money back, I really didn't care. And
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't get the money back, he too didn't care.
Right.
Need to get to that point in life where you see yourself as a participant in the globe, in the world,
Mm.
a global citizen.
Mm.
You're
I
not
like
just a,
that. I
you're
like
not
that
just
so much.
you're not just a woman because of your shape, your beauty, your voice, your eyes. No, that's an extra God has given you for the special man God is going to give you. But beyond that, on the inside, God has given you intellect. God has given
Mm.
you wisdom,
Mm.
potential.
Mm.
There is nothing you cannot do if you put your mind to it.
Mm.
Many women, domestic violence, one of the main reasons for it is because the woman is poor.
That's true. That's true.
Poverty amongst women makes you vulnerable to wicked men.
Yeah.
I tell you no lie.
Yeah.
But when you have your money, you are confident.
Mm-hmm.
No human being can take advantage of you. Even another woman, nobody can. Your family members cry will not try it.
Mm-hmm.
Money brings you respect.
Yeah.
In this is where we live. That is how it is. Money brings you. If you don't have money, nobody will respect you. Nobody will put you at the table. Nobody will call you at the board meeting. I mean, nobody will care about you if you don't have money. Look at society these days. Everybody wants to hang around successful people.
Yeah.
And indeed, success has many friends. Don't be angry. That is the formula.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that you understand that's the formula, position yourself
To be
for wealth.
successful. Mm.
So beyond having even what's it called? That's physical wealth. So money, that's a
Mm-hmm.
legal tender or
Mm-hmm.
possession. Another form of wealth are people. What is your social capital like?
Mm.
Who
Mm.
do you know and who knows
Knows
you?
you. Mm. Mm.
Who
Mm.
is
I
in
love
your
that.
boat? Don't just hang around, and please identify people who have the relevance you need.
Mm.
As a lady, you should be able to take yourself to travel Bali, Santorini, Maldives,
Come on.
Mauritius.
That's right.
Go on your own, sip on your pina colada in your beach wear, and you're
I
just praising the
know.
Lord and loving yourself. What man will not love a woman like you? Ah, please,
And
girl.
you're setting the standard. You're setting the standard of what, the love should look like.
Rethink it, girls. Rethink. Money is good for you. Money is good because you need it. Money is good because you need to help others.
Yeah.
That is it. So please see money as a friend, not as an enemy. I beg you.
You know,
Work, 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 as Rihanna said.
it's so interesting. I don't know if it's an intentional, and this is just by the side. I don't know if this is like an intentional conditioning, but
Hmm.
then it looks like in our part of the world, men are more conditioned to make money, right? So
Yes.
men have a positive mindset towards the money,
Yeah.
and women are not as conditioned to make their own money. One of the
Mm-mm.
things that I was so not it just struck me, when I came to the US. I had friends who would, like, I mean, they have jobs, right? And they're making their own money, and they had their own money, and they were doing their own stuff. And when they wanted to be in a relationship, it wasn't exactly because, they needed somebody to take care of them, or they needed to have money or something like that. And the idea of a woman having her own money was, it wasn't even like a concept, like, it's why don't you have your own money? Like, it wasn't even something strange. It was a very normal thing. But one of the problems I have back at home is, it is such a it's not that it's rare to see, but it's not what you expect that a young lady growing up will have money of her own. And that's something that I am even trying to navigate that landscape, because I'm like, why are we not conditioned to think that as a young lady growing up, I should have a bank account, I should have, X amount of money in the bank account, you know, at this point in my life, this is this and this and this is what I should be doing to, earn that kind of money. Like, I feel like we're not conditioned that way. Surprisingly, we are all living in the same economic condition. Men have a weird way of finding the money when they need it. But for women, the options are very few. And I feel like it's a conversation worth having. I don't know why it's like that. If you have any thoughts on that, you can let me know. I don't know why it's like that, to be honest.
So basically, this is it, my sister. So back in the day, women were known to just take care of kids, cook, you know, ensure that everything is okay, right? Ensure that everything is okay at home. Sorry, my little girl wanted my
No
attention. I'm gonna
worries.
be juggling at this point. So women were not made to think of work or whatever work. All they have to come, be home. We nurture the family, house chores, and all of that. Now, it's interesting that women now we've been empowered to go to school and all of those things. We've been empowered to go to school now and work. This same woman will work and still come back and do those same chores and those things that she's supposed to be trained to. Women are super women because a man will not cook, clean, nurture kids, and go to work and come back.
Yeah.
A woman would do that. She will be pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
She even drives herself pregnant if she has to. Then it does if the husband is unable to meet her, I mean, whatever reason, and still deliver.
Yeah.
That shows you the immense power God has put inside us. Don't play with yourself, girlfriends.
Hmm.
Don't play. So, yes, in those days, that is the reason why. I mean, we're all not wired to be that. But now that you've gone to school, you want to
Yeah.
study a course. What did you study for? That's my question. What are you going to school for, Zoe? Tell
Yeah.
me. If it's not to make sure you cook your brain well enough so you can make money, you
Yeah.
can be what? Prosperous. You cannot be a woman and you don't know how to manage money. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to make money. No, it's impossible. In this time and
Mm.
this era, you need, even if you are married to a rich man,
Yeah.
please, you see, there's this joy when you make your own money. If I
Listen,
every time
listen,
when
like
I'm
I
making money,
cannot even
that feeling,
I
that
cannot
feeling,
even, oh my god.
that feeling. No, 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 no. You really, really, really need to put yourself together. And listen, it's not about just saying money. Money follows people who are purposeful.
Mm.
So don't wake up and say, "Oh, I'm chasing money." No, chase purpose. Money will chase you.
I like
Because
that.
when you are a solution provider, money
Yeah.
finds you.
Yeah.
So what are we saying? Know who you are, know your talent, profit to chase you. So
That's
don't
right.
go to school and keep your certificate under the pillow.
Mm.
Get up out of it, do something with your life. Be
Mm.
fulfilled, girls. Be fulfilled. Ginger
Yeah.
yourself up. Look at the
Yeah.
women in society. They are doing what super duper things. You can
Mm.
equally do some and even more. Are you a
Right.
talker? Are you a presenter? Are you a singer? Are you a hairdresser? Whatever it is, whatever your purpose is, make sure you turn it into profit.
I love that. I love that. And I remember when I invited you to speak on the subject, you asked me if I didn't want a financial consultant to speak on the subject with it. And you're like, oh, a financial consultant will be better. And, the reason why I wanted to have this conversation specifically was because of this kind of mindset, right? The fact that
Absolutely.
we don't socialize girls to think that they can have their own money. Like you can actually have your own $1 million or your
Mhm.
own 50,000 Ghana cedis in your bank account, and it's yours. It belongs to you. Like we
Right.
don't socialize girls that way. We socialize girls sort of to think that you'd have to be married. So a lot of
Mhm.
young women, when they get
So
to
good.
the age where they feel like they're ready to settle, it's mostly because at this point they're ready to give birth for somebody to take care of them. They don't want the stress. So but I just want us to talk about what are some of the mindsets, the principles, and strategies for success that we can give to young women, regardless of the economic condition we're in. Because I believe that if we were in a different economic setting, maybe our context will be a little different. But we're currently in an economic situation where we don't have the opportunities readily available, but there are people who are making it within the same system. So how do we be the people who are making it within that system, regardless of everything that's going on? Because we can't continue to give the excuse that the economy is bad.
So recently learned from a friend. There's one thing when he's speaking, he says something. He says, "Emma, if you keep focusing on the negatives, yeah, you actually are going to lose out. Yes,
Mm,
Africa, Ghana has problems, but have you noticed that the Westerners come here and they
yeah,
monetize your
yeah.
problems? So I think it's a mindset thing. Change your
Mm,
mind. Have a
mm,
growth mindset. See the cup as half full, not half empty.
mm,
So whenever there's a problem around you, ask yourself, how can I monetize this problem?
I
What
like that.
opportunities exist that I can take advantage of?
Mm,
The easiest way to be able to actualize your thought processes in this regard is to identify the right people.
mhm,
An idea in your head remains an idea in your head till you find the
mm,
right partners.
mm,
So that is why it's very important for you to have people you can call and say, "Oh, Emma, I have this idea. I've noticed this thing, and I'm thinking around it. What do you think?" Surround
mm.
yourself with thinkers.
Right.
Surround yourself with go-getters and
Mm,
goal-getters, not
mm,
gold-diggers.
Come on. Come
Okay?
on now.
Surround yourself with people, men, women that have common sense. Have a mentor and a coach.
Mm,
Some women, we don't have anybody we're accountable to. Get friends who don't just talk about frivolous stuff, but Zoe, where are you going? Where have you gotten to in life? What are you doing with yourself? Hey, the way I am, I have 30 people that will hit my head Seriously, if I decide to just lay low, they will kick me, hit me, beat me to wisdom. Those are the kind of people I have in my life. Oh. Hey, I was telling my friend, I said, listen, I don't have people in my life without a strategy. If
Hmm.
I know you, there's a purpose for you being in my life. I don't have time to have people who every morning, hello, good morning. The next day, hello. I'm like, seriously, is there something you really need me to help you with? Hello, good morning. Hello, is that all you can say? Don't do that. Read, women, read, read. This is one of the books I am reading, if you can see.
Oh my god, one of my favorite books. It's a very good one.
Wait.
Which one is that one?
I think
The
because
six. Oh,
it's
Josie
getting,
Maxwell. What's the
yeah. Oh,
title?
why is it 16 undeniable laws of communication? Some of
Oh
us don't know how to
wow,
talk.
I haven't seen that
We
one.
don't know
Let
how
me
to,
see.
but we don't know body language is very important.
Hmm.
We don't know, not even saying anything is communication. So we just live our lives haphazardly. So there's this thing women normally hear and say, oh, this one is unapproachable, she's intimidating, she's so when you hear things like that, you almost want to be offended. Now,
Right.
for those of us who chase purpose and all, that's how you look to the other people.
Yeah,
And it
that's
is
true.
true. So, and not because you are doing it about it, your self-confidence oozes wherever you go. And there is nothing much you can do about it. But you also need to check to be sure you're not overdoing it.
Yeah.
When you're so confident, you're like walking in the sky, nothing, Nigeria say nothing do you. So you can't be bothered about anything, you know, just check it. Because there are so many people who have told me, Emma, and when they got a chance to talk to me, that they couldn't approach me because they felt I was somebody who was very picky, and
Mm.
I'm so high. I'm like,
High
oh,
up there.
I'm sorry, I'm not that like that. I don't have any high hustle. I'm as regular as you. What you see is not me. I am the warmest, coolest person. As long as you are a correct human being, you don't have a
Actually,
problem
I
with
can
me.
testify to that. Like
You
from a
know,
distance, you look
So learn
very.
to understand yourself and how your emotions, your body language affects other people. How do you do? By reading? This is just a few of the books I have.
That's amazing.
Readers are leaders, leaders are readers.
Mm.
Okay, so leaders, reading, mentorship, coaching, having a good mindset. Your network is your net worth. The quality of people in your life determines the quality
Yeah.
of your pockets.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I can tell how rich or poor you be by looking at the people you surround yourself with.
Mm.
All your role
Mm.
models,
That's a
social
whole word.
media, social media. Who have you gone to follow so that they fill your feed? When you wake up in the morning, they hit your feed. What drops there?
Mm.
What do you see? Because what you feed your mind is what your life will become,
Are you training the
whether we
algorithm
like.
or the algorithm is training you?
Good question, darling. So for me, these are the little things I would bite on
Mm.
and share with you to say, listen, girlfriends, no matter how hard the economy is, it will be worse because things are getting harder. But this same hard economy, people are getting richer.
Yeah, that's like my whole point. Like I'm like,
People are
what's
still
so
getting
different?
bigger every day, bigger every People are seeing Moses Bliss. This same Africa, look at him.
Yeah.
He's been so consistent from day one. Today we are celebrating the marriage with his wife. If he
Mhm.
had chosen to be lazy, chosen to say, "Oh, me too, life is hard," he won't be where he is today. And then the girl he married, if she had not prepared herself to be what she was,
Mhm.
she went on social media without planning to be a
Oh
celebrity
man,
wife.
man, man.
But why do you think he risked it? This man traveled all the way from Nigeria to UK, give her a beautiful marriage proposal,
Mhm.
and the rest is history. You
Yeah.
think he didn't see other ladies to give it to? No. At the end of the day, would opportunity find you ready? The man
Hmm.
you're looking for to marry, the man of your dreams, when he might meet you, would he be like, God, where you say she is? I can't see you. or but like, oh my God, where have you been all my life?
Yeah.
So please, ladies, we have a role to play in our building our lives because societies are built by women too.
That's true. That's
not
true.
just men. The men are tired. They need support. Let's bring a helping hand.
I love that. I love that so much. I love that the men are tired. They need support. I've never actually thought of that statement. This is the first time I'm hearing it, and it's hitting me so hard. Because I
Yeah.
kind of feel like we're living in a current social setting where it's like men want to say things, but they can't say it, and they're trying to sort of force their way through, try to do what they can do, and at some point they give up. They give up, and the consequences are there. We see it with our eyes. It's
Mhm.
like, but we cannot seem to see our place in all of that because we're not equipping ourselves to be that strong backbone. We're not equipping ourselves to be that healthy support. So I feel like I love the things that you mentioned, getting mentorship, because sometimes you're unable to sort out the path, in your head alone. Sometimes you need to talk to somebody who knows the road better than you to be able to show
Absolutely.
you, go this way, go that way. I just love having somebody to talk to, especially when I'm in my head about things,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes just one word. And let me share a secret with you. So last year we had a conversation about teams, and from there I went back to my foundation, and we have teams and leaders who are managing things, and things are way better than they used to be. And it was just
Oh,
one conversation that we had. It was just one
wow.
conversation that we had. Listen, it
Awesome.
totally changed everything for me. So thank you for that. And this is to say that having mentors are like a great way to go. She mentioned reading. If you're in this community and you're not reading, I don't know what you're doing, because like I think that since the year began, I'm on to, I don't know how the number of books I have finished already, but like we're going one book a month in our community, and that's like apart from
Hmm.
the other books that I'm reading personally. So if you really want to go somewhere in life, please ask for reading. It's going to be something you can joke with. And then the last thing that you mentioned that I was really really interested in, the man of your dreams. Are you the woman of the dreams of that man?
Good.
because
Good. Hmm.
because it's very interesting for you to think that you have a dream man, that he should be a certain type of way. Now, you must understand that that type of man, he also wants a certain type of woman. Are you that woman for that man? Let's leave that
Mm-hmm.
there for you to think about, and then
Food
we'll
for
go.
thought. Food for thought.
Very, very good food for thought. So, one of the things that, really, really, it broke my heart when I found out about it was when I discovered that hookup was actually a thing. I didn't even know that it existed. How I found out was that I have a friend who has a friend, and the friend has, different pictures of girls. And over the weekend, they will message this my friend and say, "Oh, boss, Charlie, do you need some for the weekend?" And so like, after like probing a bit, it was like, so over the weekend, this friend of my friend will reach out to like, the big boys that he knows in town and send, like, so ask them, "Oh, do you need a girl for the weekend?" Literally. Like I was stunned. Okay. And so that's on the end of it. So he asked them, "Do you need a girl?" And then they're like, "Oh yeah." So do you have some people? Then yes. Then he will send pictures of girls for the person to sample through.
Hmm.
Listen. And I think there was one time, there was one weekend. So this guy contacted this my friend and was like pushing, "Oh, like, it's you, if even if it's this amount, this girl says that, her rent is due and they are evicting she and her mom, and they need just this amount of money. So you, even if it's just," and I could not believe my eyes. I was like, wow. The part that was hard for me was that, okay, fair enough. Like, this is the situation that we find ourselves in. but it's the fact that like, so I was wondering to myself, like, is it like there are no jobs? Like, are there really no jobs? Are there really no jobs? Are there really no opportunities? Okay, this is somebody who wants to do something, at least. They are willing to do something, but this is the only opportunity they found to do to earn some kind of income. So, Emmeline, please, this is me humbly asking the question. I know you work with a lot of young people and you work with companies and corporations as well. I just want to ask, like, are there really no jobs? Is there nothing we can do? Is this our only option? Is this the only thing we can do?
My dear, you see, as an HR professional, one of the things we have noticed is that there are a lot of jobs that cannot find matching talent. So many of us
Mm.
have not upskilled enough to meet the market demands.
So
So I
wait,
see a
wait,
lot
wait.
of job
Emma, please. So
vacancies flowing.
Emma, please, are you actually saying that there are jobs?
Oh, there are jobs that also can't find people. I tell you, there are jobs that cannot find people. So I mean, it's so heartbreaking. So people will should see a lot of job adverts going around. By the time you go through the interview, you are just so sad. Like, what is going on? I tell people, I say, listen, I have never ever applied for a job before I gotten it. All jobs I had were on referrals. Referrals. Oh, Emma, bring your CV. Bring your CV. And that's because I am a working CV. Do you understand? Like, I let people get to know who I am. When I put my mouth to speak, in the next 5-10 minutes, you just know who I am. I'm like an open book. And I make sure I find myself at the right place at the right time with the right people. How do you use your social media? Hookups are all over social media. They are there. Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, they are all, that's X now. They're all there. Good. So what are you doing with your social media page? There are
Hmm.
people who I see are they want to be in media. I want to be a presenter. You don't even have a YouTube page that shows you even doing talking about issues
Yeah.
that people are interested in watching. And
Yeah.
it is there. The platform for free. Buy data and use it. You don't do anything with it, but you expect me to hire you as a presenter. How can I just put you on TV and allow you to feel
Yeah.
on live television? But trust is earned when I see your competency.
Mm-hmm.
When I
Mm-hmm.
see Zoe singing on her page, I'm not afraid to give her a singing gig because it's all over the social media and I can see what she's doing. Are you a writer? Get a blog
Mm.
for crying out loud.
Mm.
You want to be a chef, cook and put on social media. Let's say you do it. TikTok is there.
Yes.
Do something. You don't need to know the highest person in the land to get an opportunity. Let your work speak for you. The same way bad news go viral, good news find its way to the right person. So take advantage of social media. Upskill. There are free courses online. newlifeskillsacademy.com. newlifeskillsacademy.com. Free courses. Get certified. Some of them they are paid for. There's small money paid for. It's worth it. Instead of you spend your money on things that will die, spend on things that will be for with you for a long time.
Mm.
Okay. I mean, Zoe, at the end of the day, it's all about choices. If you want to go into hookups because it's easy money, feel free. You're an adult. You have a right. You have free will, but there are consequences that will live with you forever, and most probably I'll leave you when you die. And you don't want your children to be victims of certain things, mistakes that you made. So why don't you use your time productively, organically? Don't be in a hurry. And that is the problem. Haste makes waste. You're in a hurry to go where? Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the failures, enjoy the victories, enjoy the confusions, enjoy the dark days because nothing is permanent. You will never get yesterday back.
Mm.
Never again. It's gone. If you are a warrior, you like to worry, you can worry. Oh God, tomorrow something bad will happen. Oh, every single day of your life, you are scared. Why? Why? Wake up in the morning and say, I'm great. I am
Mm,
glorious. I'm
mm,
beautiful. I'm talented. Good opportunities find me. The
mm.
universe works in my favor. The sun and the moon
Amen.
stand in my favor. My enemies will not see me today. You know, I will say the right thing, the right place at the right time. I'll be the prayers work. Positive affirmations work. Try meditating. Take the word of God, meditate on it. Take positive words, meditate on it. There's the law of attraction. Whatever you imagine, whatever you think of, you
Yeah.
attract. Whether you like it or not, that's life. So please, it's a choice. Hookups are a real deal, but I really do understand not everybody has the same mindset and all of that. But everybody got to a certain level at a point. We're all stupid at a point in our lives too. Until wisdom found us. So I pray
I like
wisdom will
that.
find everybody. I pray wisdom finds everybody. Amen.
I like that so much. And you see, that's for me, that's the important benefit of having conversations like this with women who have been there. Like I share within my community a lot of things. I think at a point I even felt bad because I felt like maybe my standards are too high or I'm thinking too highly about this thing. And I was like, you know what? It's because I've been there. I've done some of the silly things that you're doing, and I know that it doesn't go anywhere. And I found a new path. Thank God wisdom found us. And she taught us the right path. And we are trying to hand it down so that you don't have to go through, the same
Exactly.
thing that we've been through. We don't
Exactly.
need to repeat the cycle when we've already learned the lesson. Because then what is the use of
Exactly.
somebody having an older person in your life if not for that? What's the use?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
something that you said that I found so important was the power of choices. The fact that we are all presented the same opportunities. We all have the opportunities to either go the hookup way or to go the hard route of doing the work, putting in the value, and then getting paid our worth. But then the end of at the end of the day, what matters is what choice do you make. So then it's not like somebody that's forcing you into it. It's not like life is pushing you into it. It's about the intentional decisions that you're making, towards the kind of life that you want. And I feel like sometimes maybe in our part of the world we don't have the chance or we don't have the opportunity to envision the kind of life we want because it's like we're living on a pay as you go kind of basis. Like every day, like we get into the day, we don't plan, we don't have a vision. We get into the day, we meet the circumstance, then we make the decision on the spot for the moment. We live in it, we realize the mistake. We don't even have the chance to correct it, and then we keep going on repeating the same things over and over again. And so I really, really love that you said that. And I'm hoping that from this conversation, at least we can make those bolder choices of because I am so surprised that you say that there are actually jobs
Oh, they
because
are good.
sometimes you talk to people like I can't find a job, like I'm not getting a job.
Their job cannot find them, oh my sister. People are like, I have a dream job. I want to work here. I want to work there. And my question is, would you be the dream employee for that
Oh
organization?
my god.
Listen, I recently I have one of my clients was sharing something with me. I had hired some new employees for his company, and then the one of them who had hired, she really wasn't pulling her weight. I think she had personal issues that was affecting the performance, and so she resigned. And then the one who was behind her took over, and he told me, my dear, the difference is so clear that the thing he has been complaining about all these years, he had hired somebody before, I hired a lady. Both have left. The gentleman has come to take over, and he's done exactly what he wanted without even asking. He's been innovative. I mean, he just lets the guy breathe.
Wow.
He
Wow.
does things that are not even within his job description. Nobody told him to do it. That guy, I said, listen, I hear you have been very refreshing. I hear you've been
It's a breath of fresh air.
I'm like, and this gentleman, before he joined the organization, he had decided to go and experience it by just go and witness how this world of this profession looks like. So
Mm.
during the interview, he could say some things about it. And today,
Wow.
he is now taking up the role, a higher role that the lady had hired for couldn't manifest.
Wow.
It's about you upgrading yourself to be so in demand that when great men see you, they call and say, you know what, Franca, I want you to work for me.
Hmm.
Franca, I want you in this position. A girlfriend of mine went for an interview and she went and immediately were like, nah, you don't look like the role you came for. You look like something bigger.
I
Let's
like
discuss
that.
it.
I like that.
Can you believe it? I remember I said, listen, as you go for this interview, they won't see you, they'll see God's glory on you.
Mm.
That was less than 30 minutes to the interview. And she called back and she told me this was like all those years of pruning yourself, working on yourself is paying off.
Yeah.
So how much, what extra mile do we go?
Mm.
What extra
Mm.
mile do we go? You think that by merely needing a job, it is compulsory we hire you? We don't hire desperate people. Oh.
Mm.
We hire people that will add value to the company.
Competent.
People who want to travel and come back, the company is in better hands.
Mm.
Nobody wants to hire servants or order takers. We want
Mm.
thinkers. We want believers of our
Mm.
brands. We
Mm.
want resourceful people. We want
Yeah.
agile people. We want
Yeah.
confident people. We want great communicators, deep thinkers, people who can make sound judgments,
Mm.
people who can adjust, team players, creative and innovative. Is that you? If you have all those possessions, you can never lack for a job. Trust me, because
Mm.
that is what companies are finding it difficult to
To
get today.
find.
We can't find them.
You know what's interesting? You have just mentioned a list of skills that you should have. And if ladies, if you're paying attention to this conversation, like the last just 30 seconds, she mentioned a list of skills that you absolutely need to have. And one thought that I've always had that I feel like, because considering the fact that we claim that there are no jobs, there are most people at home, they eat 3 times a day, maybe 2 times a day. Yes, magically, by some means, they eat 2 times a day, but they're at home doing absolutely nothing. Okay. How about, volunteering at some place just to get the
Zoe,
experience for, like, let's say 6 months?
I
Because you're
volunteered.
you're you're eating anyway, like you're living.
Hmm. Zoe, that's one of the things that made brought me to where I am. Working for free. I listen when I was in university. Every time I had to we went on vacation, instead of coming back to school to do whatever, I was going to look for a place to just be useful. By the time my fourth year, my CV was full of experiences. After I
Yeah.
graduated, after my national service, I had two job offers before I finished national service.
Wow.
My
Wow.
first job, I have never worked as an entry employee before in my life because I was taken as a manager.
Mm.
Why? Well, all those while I was doing internships and whatever at people's places as not an employee, oh, those experiences moved me. The woman did not care that I've never been a manager before. She just saw that I could do it. And I took advantage of it to learn managerial skills on my own. I developed myself. And for me, one thing, this internet is a blessing.
Yeah.
Whatever opportunity I have, even if I don't know how to do it, Google is my partner. How to, how many, what type of, when do we, oh my God, I trained myself. So nobody even knew my gaps. It was difficult for you to tell I had a gap because I always was ready. I
Yeah.
always was
And the
ready. I
information
was
is
always
out there on the
present.
internet.
Oh, my sister, I was always present. Be present. Don't just show yourself in your body, your mind. This brain is the most valuable gift God has given us. Why are we not using it well? Don't be laid back. We are too laid back. Oh, I'm a woman. Somebody will marry me. Let me rest. Soft
I
life.
think that that's the biggest, you know, I feel like it's like the one
Soft life
sentence that
only.
ruins
I
many
want a rich
women's
man
life.
to just pamper me. We all like it too. As for pamper, they yeah, pepper, but, but, like I
But
said,
see, there's
even
some
men.
level of pamper self you will not get if you don't have your own money. That one
My
there.
sister, I was even coming to say, even the Tony Lumelus and the late Albert that died of Access Bank, have you seen their wives? The late Access Bank's wife owned her, she was a CEO of a big company,
Wow.
and then she was handling a lot of companies. When I realized, huh? And she was at the background, nobody knew, but she was
New hair.
handling a lot of big projects in millions.
Wow.
Why didn't she say, I'm also somebody's wife, a rich man's wife? Let me rest. And she was even from a rich home too. She really didn't need to work. Her father is the head of Shell Africa. Unfortunately, he has lost his daughter. He's alive. And then you are sitting down, waiting for
Hey.
what? Wait, wait. As Nora asks, are you your type's type? Thank you for that question.
Yeah.
You are looking, you want to marry this guy. Are you also the guy's type? Be very careful, lady.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is very, very interesting. So I have like a last couple of questions. Ladies, if you have any questions for Miss Emma, please drop them in the chat and then we can ask for you. I wanted to ask you if you had tried hiring young people and what the skills pool looked like. But from what you said, I'm guessing it's not that impressive.
Sorry, Zoe, I almost lost you there.
Right. I
Hello?
was saying that I was going to ask you if you had tried hiring, for any positions lately and what the skills pool looked like. But from what you just said, I figure it's not the best.
Zoe, one of the jobs of an HR consultant is to recruit. I don't like that job
Hmm.
because it's difficult. Hey, you have to oh my god. You can get CVs, you can there's a few times when you are fortunate to get a handful of CVs that are awesome. But my
Right.
sister, it's crazy. And I'm like, please, we need the schools are not helping. That's another problem. So when the ladies get to school and then they don't have a school that is properly aligned, then they become, what's it called, confused, no, clueless as to what to do. Okay.
Hmm.
But I tell people, don't wait for a university or a structured formal education to educate.
Yeah.
Education is not the university alone.
Yeah.
You can educate yourself. A lot of children are not even educated at school, they are homeschooled.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you homeschool yourself?
Yourself on the
You
places where you
know,
fall short.
exactly. So I think women, a lot, especially in Ghana, we are afraid to come out. We are afraid to be more. We are afraid to
Right.
push. Maybe because we are afraid of who we are. Probably
Hmm.
we are scared to meet us. You are like, you know what? No, it's okay. I'm that great girl. No, no, no. I don't want to see her. No, 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 no.
That's a
Why?
very valid point.
Don't be afraid to meet the future you, girlfriend, because the world needs that future. You are
Yeah.
badass, and you
Yeah.
can do it all by yourself by the grace
So.
of God. Please.
Mm. Okay, okay, okay. So this is a crucial point. If you have a pen and paper, please get it together. So, you're a recruiter, so you know the skills that most companies are looking for. I just want you to give me the top 5 skills that companies need. Like, so if I'm here in like maybe I'm listening to this conversation, something that I should probably think that, well, after this I should go and look for YouTube videos, courses, or something to build these skills that you're about to mention. What are your top 5 skills that any young woman that makes you indispensable in any type of organization? Because we are all in like different fields, different backgrounds, but what are the top 5 skills that you think makes anybody like a very valuable person to an organization?
Number one, you need to be very good with effective communication.
Mm,
The ability to speak, be heard, and be understood.
Mm.
2, high in emotional intelligence,
Mm.
ability to understand people's emotions, understand how people's emotions affect you, understand your emotions and how your emotions affect others.
Wow.
3, confidence. My God. When you that if confidence is all you have every other thing you need. Confidence, ability to show up, be yourself, and be proud of displaying or demonstrating who you are without apology.
Mm.
It does not
Mm.
mean you are not afraid or you are not limited, but you don't allow your limitations limit you.
Limit you, right?
Number 4, flexibility.
Mm.
My sister, times change rapidly these days. You cannot be laid back. You need to catch the times. What is trendy? What is new? What is necessary? What business skill or competency or structure, whatever is the in thing now? You need to know these things. When they come and change the whole structure, we say, no, I want my job. I cannot move. I'm front desk. I'm not going higher. This is what I like. God help you.
Amen.
Number 5, resourcefulness.
Mm.
Oh,
Please
there is
go
nothing like
into details, power with this.
there
It's
is
very
no,
important to me.
there is nothing like your boss not being in the office and when he comes back, everything is done. There is
Mm.
nothing like when there's a problem and you come and say, "Oh, boss, don't worry, we'll figure it out. We'll sort it out." So, if you're a Christian, one of the things in one of the stories in the Bible that let me give much more emphasis on resourcefulness are the 3 men of valor who went to get water for David when he was thirsty. The men had to go through about 2 or 3 enemy camps to get only 1 cup of water, not a gallon of water, oh,
Just a cup.
a cup of water, at the risk of their lives.
Hmm.
That kind of water, the taste of that water will not be the same.
Yeah.
How willing are you to go the extra mile for your company?
Mm. Mm.
For a company that has impacted in your life, invested in your life, how great a height would you go for the organization? These 5, if you have this top 5, oh, what is job? Job cry, you be like, okay, I don't know which one do I take. Okay, God, I have to. You have many money more.
Which one should I pick?
And that's it. You know, it's up to you. Your destiny really is in your hands.
Wow, that's so that is so powerful, and I hope that like we can make the effort to try to improve in these areas because the world is moving really fast and it's not waiting for you. So you might as well catch up. The last thing that I wanted to ask is what are 5 tools? What are your top 5 tools? Like how what can I use to learn? What can I use to network? What can I use to, 5 tools that a young woman must have to be, high value, valuable to her company, to herself. If you're building a business on your own, what kind of tools could you be using? You had mentioned social media before that, how do you use your social media? So, like, any specifics and how to, employ them to get the best results.
Okay. So I think I also mentioned beyond social media, I spoke about mentorship and coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Please highlight that very well. A
Okay.
lot of us are so far away from having people we can look up to and say, guide us and lead us this way. It's very important that you have that. Another tool you can use, there's this thing on in the internet called mind mindtools.com. Mindtools.com.
Mindtools.com.
Yes, mindtools.com. Hey, everything on personal development is there.
Wow.
Everything on personal development is there. Please read it. Get there. There's so much information you get there that you won't be able to believe. You won't believe, you know, that you have such information at your beck and call. And also, as much as the internet is great, do not neglect reading. Like I said earlier, get books and read. Another tool you can use, we also have a lot of podcasts. So many things you can listen to. Podcasts are this audio
Yeah.
media. There's so much information. Okay, so much podcast of John Maxwell, Brian Tracy, Oprah Winfrey, even Michelle Obama herself. Great men and women. A lot of them. I have been so lazy. I'm supposed to have started mine 2 years ago. God help me.
We're waiting for it.
So
We're
please
waiting for
try
it.
going on podcast. Please, I'll be there. And obviously ebooks.
Mm-hmm.
There's Kindle. I think Kindle is the most popular one that I know. I think
Yeah.
Amazon also has some. Apple too has some as
Apple.
well. So get a lot of ebooks and read. I mean, you see, when you add value to yourself, you carry yourself like an expensive human being,
No, because you're expensive.
and then you know how to negotiate when you come on the table. So there are companies in Ghana, I understand that the economy has affected it so, but they cannot afford to pay consultants, right?
Right.
I am growing myself to a level where I'm able to even what's it called, consult for companies that have the money. These days
Mm-hmm.
most of them already have their own consultants, so changing is a
Mm-hmm.
challenge. So more often than not, you have to start with organizations that don't have at all.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, when I give them an invoice, I always make them know that the amount I'm giving them is a discount. I
Mm.
will never sell myself short. If
Mm.
my value to you is 5,000 and I'm charged, you are telling me you can only pay 2,000, I will invoice you 5,000 and tell you complimentary 2,000.
I love that. I love that.
Don't sell yourself short. That the person cannot afford does not mean that you don't want to
Know
use that
your
to
worth.
make an
Mm.
impact. Know your worth, make an impact. The
Mm.
more consistent you are, you'll be surprised. People are calling you left, right, center. How did you know about me? Consistency. So we've seen people who have shown up for, hey, this person, oh my God, sensational people. They've
Yeah.
been working at the background, struggling. Who was that there before now?
Mm.
You don't see when he started, humble days. But he said he's not going to give up. Today, look at him. He's different. The same with other celebrities that have organically grew and are still
Mm-hmm.
relevant. They were the background, and today they're being celebrated. Do you want to be celebrated? It's up to you. What are we celebrating you for? For your
Mm.
hips, for your
Mm.
breasts, for your shape? Please, that is not celebritism, if I could say. Let people celebrate you like a Michelle Obama, who, when ladies see her, she's full of wisdom. She made her husband a proud president. Can you marry a president? Can you marry a president material?
Mm. Mm.
Ask
I like
yourself,
that. I
your
like
friends.
that.
Can you marry? In fact, let me know. Can you even date one? When
And
he takes
president
you,
material. I like
when he
that.
takes you for presidential dinners and diplomatic meetings, what will you say?
Mm.
You see, one thing ladies need to learn is, you see, when you go for, I learned something early. When you go for events, don't go there, you dress up, take selfie, and you leave. No, no, no. Find the important people there. Hi, hello, sir. Hi, I'm Emma. I really love the presentation on climate change. And what you said is really true. I mean, if the world could just be very intentional about climate change, we'll have less problems. You have just signed your register
But the problem is, you said you don't know anything about climate change.
because you got to read, my sister. That is the thing. So your husband takes you for dinner. Hey, your beauty is so big. Yes, you have all the shape, all the makeup, all the expensive Brazilian. Okay, what's in the brain? They
Mercy,
will say,
Lord.
hi. Then normally they want to know how well your wife is. So I mean, every wife is a representation of the husband. Okay,
Yeah.
if your husband is great, it means you are great automatically. Then they ask you, hey, Zoe. So what do you think about your husband's projects in?
Hey, hey,
Hey, you are
crickets.
finished.
It will not be me.
And it can never be me. And another skill you need to know is you need to learn as a woman is this. Sometimes there will be times when you're asked a question without you planning for it. And it doesn't mean you know everything. Trust me. You need to know how to answer when you don't know. So, Emily, what do you think about the latest issues of early child marriage in the north? To be honest, I have always wanted to even dig deeper into that problem because as far as I'm as a woman, I think it is appalling. I would not want my child to go through that. And trust, listen, I am really going to go deep into this issue, and I'm going to get back to you on what I think. That is it.
That's
I
it.
don't know
That's such a
anything, but
brilliant answer,
I
though.
have just the storm. Effective communication. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? One of my lecturers said, whenever in his class, lawyer Maliba, he was my labor law lecturer. You never say I don't know. You say, hey, there's a brain in your head. What is it thinking? What is it reasoning? What is it processing? Say it, and then I will tell you if it's wrong or right. So you cannot tell me your brain works every single moment, except even when you're asleep, your subconscious is at work. How can you realize that you don't know? What do you mean you don't know? But let's
Hmm.
talk about the latest gossip of celebrities today. Oh, you can mention all. Please, even Kim Kardashian turned her words, her drama into profits.
Yeah.
She can slap dollars on my face and have change. Please, if you want to slay queen with strategy, slay queen with purpose. If that is what you are doing, my point is
Purposeful
don't be
slave
a
winning
broke,
into profit.
don't be broke as a woman.
No, absolutely
Okay,
not.
please, please. And another thing I always say is this: when God gives you to a man, it means that he's supposed to be more than who he was when he met you. So if you decide to marry or you are married and your husband's value is reducing, sister, ah, you are not working. No, you should be able to add value. Ask questions. Where are you going? Where are we going? How can I help? When you're dating, these are the questions you ask. How can I help you? How can I be of impact to you? What do you want to be in 5 years? What do you want to be in 10 years? Where do you want us to get to? Then you go and mold yourself accordingly. Nobody says your husband will meet you perfect, but at least your mindset is ready to get
Yep.
there. You're supportive. Whether he is a husband you live with in the same country or you are a worlds apart but you're making impact, it doesn't matter. Communicate. Don't let your mind be. Some of you ladies are so distrusting for Africa. Nothing is wrong. You're having dreams. You're imagining. Listen, if you're a woman of substance and the man doesn't know, he's lost. You don't lose anything when anybody doesn't value you.
Yeah.
Trust me, girlfriend. Learn to be happy in spite of what is happening.
Mm.
Don't let your happiness be because something has happened. Oh, I've got a new car, I've got a new dress, I have a new boo. No. Before you get those things, let happiness be your middle name. So these
Mm.
days, I don't care. I really am not bothered by anybody's decision. Whether you like me today, tomorrow, you change your mind. I always say something. Everybody has the right to change their mind,
Yeah.
just like I do. But I've gotten to a point in my life. I have suffered rejection for so long. It's like a party for me now. So if you think that you come into my life and I say you will meet me better than what you even saw,
Mm.
that should be your life. When you have that mindset, you will not attract crap.
Mm. Mm.
You
Mm.
get
I
it?
like that.
Because the people who want to break you want you to be weak
Yeah.
mentally. But if you're mentally strong, people can say, hey, Zoe, no, I can't try this woman. No. Hey, Zoe, no, 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 no.
Don't try it.
I can't try her. I can't. And men know who to actually try. They know. They can tell. Don't be that kind of a woman where they see from afar. This one easy sports. Straight up. Let them even regret even doing it. Let them say, oh, let them say, wow, what a woman. Are you the wow, what a woman kind of girl?
Mm.
That should be you. Are you the go-to woman in your industry? When I think about Zoe, I say this woman, the next darling check.
Amen. Amen.
You know, be the go-to woman in your industry. That's what my goal. I want to be the go-to woman in my industry. And I'm not in a hurry. I don't want to be, I don't need it right now. I need it when it is time. So prepare yourself, make your mistakes. Failures are not bad. Failures are tools for success. They are good. Failures are opportunities to learn and be better. So don't be ashamed of your mistakes. Don't be ashamed of your failures. Carry them with pride, and then let them motivate you. Let them drive you to the future. Because at the end of the day, we are human beings with limitations. We don't know it all. And even God is not even impatient with us to learn. Step by step. He says, even though you fall 7 times, eight
Mm.
time cry, you will get up. So he's giving us an opportunity to be better. Please, women, don't think low of yourselves. You are pearls in the hands of God. You are special. You have a role to. You're not the enemy of humankind. You're not the enemy
Mm.
of mankind. You're a
Mm.
supporter, you're a collaborator, you're a team player. And even if you've been abused in the past, whatever form of abuse, rumpled paper still has value.
Mm.
Broken crayons still color. So none
That's
of those
true.
things change who your essence is. None of
That's
those things
true.
will take away what God has made you to be. I settle my score here.
Thank you so much, Emma. Like, I cannot even thank you enough for this conversation. I have just one last question for you. What would you say to Emmeline at 25? You're currently at 40. What would you say to Emmeline at 25 about money? What should she know about money?
15 years ago, at 25, I was unhappy. I was miserable, a miserable godly girl. See the irony. Miserable girl, Jesus girl. I had the Holy Spirit, but yet I was unhappy because I felt like my life wasn't what I imagined it to be. You know, every young girl has a dream. You imagine
Yeah.
stuff at
Mm-hmm.
19, you get this, you get your first boyfriend at 25. Also maybe at 22, you get your job. At 25, you get married. At 20, you have kids. Ha! The way life was just laughing at me. You don't know what's going on. You got your Cinderella brain in your head. You don't know what's
Oh
going
my
on.
goodness.
And I wish I understood the principle of joy at
Mm.
25. I wish I understood that if I was joyous, I would have seen what the gift of God on the inside that could have made me productive.
Mm. Mm. I
But you see, the
love that.
moment you are depressed, you are sad, you won't see anything else than your
Mm.
depression.
Mm.
I tell people, panic does not make you creative.
That's true.
No problem was given to mankind for it to break you. No,
Mm.
you are not made like that. That is why people who are we atheists are prospering in spite of problems. That's why the principle of joy, when you just have a settled mind, a calm mind, then you will be able to tap into your talent and then translate it into profit. So at
Mm.
that time, I spent myself wasting time angry at God, worried, comparing myself, and comparison they say is a thief of joy. Laurentia is feeling this. You know, I was comparing myself with everybody. Hey, I said, I said, God, I've been serving you, I've been faithful to you, and I've been helping people. But look at me, I'm still here.
Mm.
Ah, when the prodigal son's brother was comparing, what did the father tell him? He said,
Mm.
you, who said you don't have permission to use the things
Yeah,
you are in charge of? Ignorance. And I've told
that's
myself,
true.
Emma, don't compare yourself with others. And I've told myself, where I was at 25 is where I needed to be. Because at that point in my life, it was a turning point for me to learn a lot. Because the
Mm.
future is waiting for me. Within my 15 years, I've really wasted time. I know I have wasted time with worry and anger and bitterness.
Mm.
The day I understood that if you are content with where you are, is the beginning of wisdom. Oh my God.
Mm.
I'm very sure I would have been way, I would have been farther away than where I am today.
Right.
But thank God there's nothing like regrets.
Yeah.
I am able to tell somebody who's 25 that if you are not living the dream, it's not over.
Mm.
Enjoy it now. Enjoy the breeze. Enjoy the air. I didn't even know that admiring nature was a thing. I didn't know that I could admire, like merely just thanking God for the trees, the birds, the grass was a thing. It's at my age 40, I'm knowing it. I can take my car and just drive to the beach and just be amazed. OMG, this is beautiful. Just looking at the sea is so therapeutic. I didn't know that, Zoe. Medicine, 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 tablet, tablet. For what? Killing your liver, kidneys. Merely just loving yourself, being happy that you are in existence is enough. And when I learned that secret, my sister, what is worry? What is panic? My brain became more useful to me.
Mm.
So please, I really, really wish I could turn back the hands of time, but I can't. So I've decided to make the best of the rest of my days, to make up for all the years I had lost by myself, for the years I was ignorant. But I thank God that for those gaps, He has already made a plan
Mm.
to make it up. That is the
Yeah.
advantage of walking with God. If not,
Yeah.
you will keep living a life of regret and bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard women say, I regret being a mother because taking care of the children stopped her from pursuing her career. But do you
Mm.
know that's not the will of God? Are you aware that being a mother is also a part of your life? Is a
Mm.
part of is a part of your calling. If that is, I mean, not everybody would obviously have that calling to have children. It's not compulsory for everyone to have a child. But for those who feel the necessity, who feel
Mm-hmm.
the passion for having children, and they do, never think your child is taking away the best years of you. No.
Mm.
I'd rather adding more because you are making them also great people. And the joy they give you is becoming who you have invested in them.
Yeah.
So as a single lady, when you have children, know that you have to pause some things. I didn't say stop, oh, you will need to pause. Don't be angry that your husband is continuing because that is how it is. The man will keep going. He will travel. He will do what he has to do. Don't think that you're a fool. We both made these babies together. You have traveled. Okay. No.
Oh my
Do your
goodness.
bit. Invest in them. And I pray you get a partner that also gives time to it because it has
Yeah.
to be collaborative stuff, right? But never when they get to a certain age, then you can continue your life. But even with that, find something to do within. You're a mom, now you can't go to 9 to 5. What can you do? Can you knit? Can you
Mm.
plait hair? Can you cook
Mm.
and sell? Can you do book clubs for kids? Can you do day
Mm.
center? Can you sell shoes and bags? Social media is there to do digital selling. Do something. Are you a public speaker? Make money on YouTube. Be a content
Yeah.
creator. When your children are asleep or going to school, use that as an opportunity. Life of a mom. Oh my God, that can be a title. And then you see how mothers will be watching. Oh my God, I'm not the
I
only one.
know.
Oh, then
I
start
know.
a gym class, an exercise class, a fitness class. Do something. Teach people what you can do. See, Zoe is singing. What stops Zoe from starting a singing class? I want to sing like Zoe. I will sign up. I mean, my sister, listen. Stop allowing yourself to be so negative. Just turn that brain to do something beneficial for
Mm.
yourself. Please do that. Thank you.
Let's give it up for Miss Emmaline Datey. We have just one question. Man, this has been such a great session. I love the thoughts and the angles that you've come from. It's been so amazing. I have one question here in the comments for you, probably be our last question. So it comes from Esther. She says, in this age of social media, how do I build meaningful connections that can help me secure the bag? You're muted, please.
Sorry. So what you do is that you check the profile of the people sending you DMs or sending you
Mm,
friend requests. That's
mm.
what I do. Before I accept a request to be my friend, I go look at your page. If I don't see anything, those of you that go on
Valuable.
Facebook and then you don't have a nice profile. Ah, you are missing out on your blessing because somebody is looking for you.
Right. So then
Distract yourself.
mostly you would pay attention to people's, like, well, then that also means that if you're paying attention to people's social media, that also means that you are also curating your social media to, sort of sell the value that you
Absolutely. So that's why
present.
I was saying that those of you that don't brand your pages, seriously, pay attention to those details because what you're looking for is also
It's
looking for
looking
you.
for you. Mm.
Okay. So please, and then establish a connection. Zoe, for example, I never met her in person till date. I connected with her on social media. We have, and the reason why I pay attention to her, this woman is a woman on fire on purpose. So when she messages me, I want to respond back as long as I am available. So for you, why would Zoe go into your DM and say hi? you know, think about it. Very important.
Mm. I love that. I love
Yeah,
that. I love that. And I think that one way to also probably identify that would be, what would make you go into somebody's DMs to say hi? So if
exactly,
you're looking for something from somebody, then obviously, the world is also probably looking for that from you. So maybe you want to show up as that version. Thank you so
exactly.
much, Emma. I'm not going to take any more of your time. I appreciate you. God richly bless you for this. And we definitely
Amen.
need to have like a physical sit down
Oh, I can't
soon.
wait. I can't wait to come and visit you in the US.
Yay! That would be exciting. That would be so exciting.
Yes,
Thank you so much
yes.
for blessing the ladies in this community. We really appreciate your presence. God bless you and
Thank
have
you
a
for
great rest
having
of the
me.
evening.
Mwah.
Ladies. Oh my God. This was a good conversation. This was a very good conversation. And I know that most of us have learned. And the reason why, this conversation went the way it went was because most of us are in that place where we're beginning to realize this is what I can do. This is something that I can do. But then you're in the place of I don't have money. I don't have the money for it. I can't seem to see myself making um money. Oh my God, somebody says, who agrees Miss Emmaline should run for Minister for Gender? I honestly agree with you 100%. I think she's qualified. She has the insights, knowledge, she has a profile. She can absolutely do it. Anyway, so yeah, most of us are in that place where we know, something that we can do, but we're unsure how to monetize it. So I am running a workshop. We couldn't do it last week. Well, thank God if you're now finding out. We're running a workshop for if you have a skill, you're currently not earning anything, or you're earning between 0 Ghana cedis to 1,000 Ghana cedis, but you have a skill, you have something that you can do that you're hoping to turn around to make you more profitable. Please join that masterclass. You can send me a DM on Instagram at the Zoe Louise, and I will send you the details for that. In the coming week, we're going to try to get on with that. We're having a short masterclass to help you turn around whatever skills, talents, or gifts that you have into something that is economically viable. So get in touch and let's get that done. I believe that there is money in the system. People are making the money, and so can we. And so let's get to it. All right, ladies, thank you for joining this conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. If you need to come back to it to consult for tips and tricks here and there, something that you might have missed in the beginning, please do so. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will come your way again next month with another amazing conversation. Love you, and have a great night.